Welcome to a battlefield of minds. Two grandmasters face off where every move cuts like a sword. One mistake, and it's over. This isn't just chess. It's war disguised as strategy. Let's dive in, move by move, into this epic clash. Wesley opens with 1. Penicius, in brilliance. d4. The queen's pawn marches forward like a fearless soldier, claiming territory and daring Barcenilla to respond. Rogelio replies with nf6, calm and composed. A knight steps out to challenge the center with quiet confidence. Wesley follows with c4. The queen's gambit spark is lit, tension rising as both sides eye the heart of the board. Barcenilla chooses g6, preparing his bishop for a deadly diagonal. The classic King's Indian weapon begins to load. Wesley develops nc3, tightening his grip on the center. His formation looks solid and ambitious. Rogelio plays bj7. The dragon breathes fire, cutting through the long diagonal with dark intentions. Wesley pushes e4, a bold claim to space, declaring total dominance over the central battlefield. Barcenilla responds with d6, flexible and sturdy, building the defensive fortress typical of King's Indian warriors. Wesley plays f3, the pawn support that turns his center into a fortress. He's ready for war. Rogelio castles. His king retreats to safety, hiding behind the pawn wall as the storm gathers. Wesley develops b3, connecting his army. His bishop stands proud, aiming deep into Black's territory. Barcenilla counters with nc6. Pressure rises on d4, both sides circling like duelists waiting for the signal. Wesley plays g2. The knight joins the defense, steady and purposeful, ready to pivot into attack later. Rogelio answers s6, subtle but meaningful, preparing for a queenside counterstrike with b5. Wesley responds qd2. The queen eyes both flanks, coordinating her forces for the battles ahead. Barcenilla plays rebite, a quiet rook move with a dark purpose, to back the pawn advance on the b-file. Wesley calmly plays raccoon. The rooks connect, forming the iron backbone of his strategic setup. Rogelio chooses re8, a patient move, supporting the coming pawn break with e5. Wesley advances b3, reinforcing his base, setting up a steady structure for the long campaign. Barcenilla breaks with e5. The gauntlet is thrown. The center explodes into chaos. Wesley instantly answers d5, shutting the door, claiming space, and denying Black any counterplay in the middle. Rogelio repositions n7. His knight retreats, planning to reroute toward f5 or gi6. Wesley jumps n3. His knight eyes 5 with menace, sharpening the kingside spear. Rogelio pushes h5, the first open flame. Black begins a pawn storm on the king's side, fearless and direct. Wesley replies bd3, cool under pressure. His bishop aims straight at h7, sensing blood. Barcenilla shifts kite, cautious repositioning, clearing the g-file and preparing for defense. Wesley answers b4. His queenside army begins to roll. Both wings now hum with tension. Rogelio applies negate, a backward step, but one filled with purpose, rerouting the knight for counterplay. Wesley castles kingside. Fireworks are about to start as his king tucks safely on gone while rooks prepare for battle. Barcenilla mirrors with Caesarian. A small shuffle, but every move counts in this tightening storm. Wesley advances, c5. The queenside detonates. The battlefield finally erupts as the pawns crash forward. Rogelio develops b6. The dark bishop emerges, cutting toward the white king's shelter. Wesley brings Umgetu, regrouping calmly, reinforcing his kingside while maintaining pressure on both wings. Rogelio plays b7, connecting rooks and fortifying his structure, the calm before the storm. Wesley pushes a4. Another pawn forward, squeezing every inch of space on the queenside. Barcenilla strikes bx3. The first exchange of blood, trading off the active bishop. Wesley recaptures qx3. His queen keeps center control, gleaming with tactical potential. Rogelio maneuvers n-h6, a slow redeployment, his knight preparing to leap into g4 with venom. Wesley rolls b5. Pawns surge ahead, engines of war crushing open the lines. Barcenilla counters axb5. The queenside opens, revealing new battlefields to conquer. Wesley retakes nxb5. The knight storms in, a proud warrior at the front of the assault. Rogelio responds bxepc5. Swift and surgical, eliminating the intruder before it can wreak havoc. Wesley recaptures rxb5. Rook replaces the fallen knight. Pressure on the b-file rises to boiling point. Barcenilla plays re7, calm under fire, preparing to double rooks and defend with discipline. Wesley thrusts a5. The spearhead of his army advances, threatening to rip open the queenside completely. Rogelio opens dxcs5. A central exchange, seeking counterplay in the eye of the storm. Wesley answers, qex5. The queen swoops in, dominating the center with elegant precision. Barcenilla plays b6, solid but weakening. Every pawn move opens cracks in his fortress. Wesley replies xb, breaking structure, dragging open the A and B files for his rooks. Rogelio captures rxb6, trying to stabilize, but his position starts to shake under white pressure. Wesley calmly places b6. That bishop cuts like a laser, targeting the black defenses mercilessly. Barcenilla retreats e8, a passive move, the knight gasping for a better post. Wesley trades b8, xe8, clean and efficient, removing yet another piece from the black defense. Rogelio takes back qe8, forced, but the coordination of his pieces is falling apart. Wesley follows with r-bone. The rook lines up, pressure on the b-file now feels suffocating. Barcenilla exchanges rx-bone, simplifying to ease the pain, but his problems only multiply. Wesley recaptures rx-bone, maintaining control, his rook a sniper on the open line. Rogelio shuffles n-gate, defensive and timid, a retreat into the shadows. Wesley maneuvers, nc3, regrouping beautifully. His pieces hum with harmony and purpose. Barcenilla replies nf6. A knight returns to duty, but the walls are closing in fast. Wesley drives nb5. The knight storms forward again, eyes locked on 6 and 7, like a predator circling its prey. Rogelio responds qd8. The queen retreats to defend, her royal majesty stepping back to organize resistance. Wesley leaps na7. Bold and stylish, his knight invades deep into enemy lines, a dagger pointed straight at Sate. Barcenilla plays kd6, trying to counter the threat. His queen patrols the center, clinging to control. Wesley zitzes qc3, shifting gears, aligning queen and knight for devastating coordination. Rogelio strikes nx d5, a sudden counterattack. The knight tears into the center, clawing for survival. Wesley coolly replies x5. He takes back with purpose, opening files and inviting danger to come closer. Barcenilla captures qux5. The queen bites back, scavenging material but exposing herself to counterplay. Wesley plants n6. What a move! The knight jumps in with fire, unleashing tactical thunder across the board. Rogelio reacts with 6. Desperate defense, pulling his rook into the fray to cover the wounded lines. Wesley calmly shifts nb4. The knight slides away, preparing to regroup and strike from a new angle. Barcenilla pushes qb7, keeping the queen alive and ready for counterpunches, though his position trembles. Wesley coordinates a cone, lining up rook and knight. The pressure on 7 grows unbearable. Rogelio steps kagite. His king runs for cover, knowing danger is closing in. Wesley marches nd3. Knight returns to central dominance, ready to launch the final assault. Barcenilla plays qd5. His queen keeps darting around like a hunted bird, seeking escape from the tightening net. Wesley coolly moves re1, reinforcing his pieces, connecting lines, preparing for the decisive breakthrough. Rogelio answers f6, a nervous push, opening lines near his own king, but he has no better choice. Wesley plays cone. The rook returns to the open file, calm before the final storm. Barcenilla advances g5, reckless aggression, throwing pawns forward in a last desperate attempt to distract. Wesley retreats nb4, repositioning neatly, waiting for the right moment to strike back with precision. Rogelio repeats qx6. The queen still dances defensively, but the rhythm of doom echoes louder. Wesley responds qc4, tightening the screw. His queen now stares straight into black's position. Barcenilla moves kg7. His king slides away again, hoping to avoid the guillotine. Wesley captures qxs7 in. Boom! The queen explodes into the position with check, and the fortress begins to crumble. Rogelio recaptures qx7, forced to trade queens, but the end is near. The hope flickers out. Wesley continues rxc7 in. Rook takes another check, another hammer blow landing on the black king. Barcenilla replies kg6, stepping into the open, his king exposed, vulnerable, surrounded by white steel. Wesley finishes with r6, calm, cold, and decisive. Every line sealed, every escape denied. Barcenilla resigns. Wesley So claims victory in flawless style. The video ends here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to support me. Thank you again, everyone. See you in the next video.